All right, we are live. What's happening, everybody? Alan Cortez here. Happy Friday. Yes, it is Friday. I hope you had a killer, amazing week. And in this quick video, I wanted to talk about how weight loss is like marketing for your fitness business and essentially trying to grow your memberships. So I was basically inspired to do this quick training here because, I myself am currently cutting weight or, in weight loss mode, in the weight loss phase. And basically, as I was going through this process, I was like, damn, this is a lot like marketing, right? Weight loss is basically a system. Human anatomy and physiology is basically a system, right? There are individual components that go into the big picture, the big goal. So let's say the goal is weight loss. What goes into the fundamentals of weight loss? Well, you have to be in a caloric deficit, number one. You have to be eating less calories than, you have to be burning more calories than you consume on a daily basis, right? And then from there, we have exercise, right? Like what type of exercise to do. Then we have things that we can dive into like weight loss. Specifically, should I be lifting more weights? Should I be doing more cardio or a combination of both, right? And then from there, we have frequency, right? How often do you work out? Because I feel like that's going to impact the total amount of calories that you burn throughout the week that contributes to how many overall pounds you're going to lose per week, right? And then we have the nutrition, right? The other big component, which there you then have macros, what percent of protein do I eat? What percent of fats, what percent of carbohydrates do I eat to get to my goals? And it's interesting because it's going to be subjective to the individual, right? We are all humans, but not all human anatomy and physiology is the same. So you have to make micro adjustments and tailor these individual things till you get to the end goal or you're taking the steps toward getting there, right? And ultimately from there, the last component is consistency. You have to keep doing these things over 4, 8, more like 12 weeks to actually see some results, right? No quick fixes, no magic diet pills, just good old fashioned hard work. We have Ian and we have Sean watching. What's up, brothers? Thank you for watching. Well, then we transition to marketing. Well, marketing is a system that is part of another system, AKA your business. And with marketing, let's say our goal is to get more leads and grow our memberships. Well, there are individual components that go into a good marketing campaign that's going to get you leads that then transitions to getting more memberships. So we have the first component, which would be like market research and the offer. So basically who you're targeting, what they want, and how you're going to bring them in, right? You have to make an offer that's specific to a specific group of people in fitness that you work with so that that offer resonates, right? The last thing we want to do is make a blanket statement and just kind of put it out and mass market it to everyone because it usually doesn't yield the effective results and cost per lead and all these other things that we want, right? So we have market research and then we have our offer as part of our system. And then we have targeting, right? How are we delivering this message, right? Are we doing it with paid ads? Are we doing it with email? Are we doing it with referrals and incentives or internal promotions? Another component that goes into the system. And then we have things like that we can dive into, like retargeting, where basically you focus on targeting people who engage with ads before and just people who have interacted with your website and all that stuff, and you could keep showing the same message to those people, right? That's another component. And then from the marketing itself, the message, the offer, the targeting, the way that we're delivering our message, then we have the other component, which is scheduling and follow-up, right? This is another microsystem that goes into the marketing that contributes to the overall goal of getting more leads and getting more memberships. So at any given point, one of these things or a variable of these things can not function properly, right? Just like weight loss, when let's say we're in a caloric deficit, but we're still not losing weight for whatever reason. We have a plateau. We have to be able to understand the microsystem, go back and say, okay, well, we're going to test these things systematically, fix it, and figure out what works. What's up, Ben? What's up, Michael? Thank you for joining us and watching. So that's another system. And then lastly, we have the sales process, which is another system in itself, right? So if you're not getting the amount of memberships that you want, you have to look at those components. What is the marketing message? What's the offer? How are we delivering this message? What do our stats look like? And at the same time, what's our schedule and follow-up process? And then we transition into the sales process. Like, what are we actually saying on the conversation with prospects? How are they responding? You need data, you need feedback to know what direction to move in. So basically, like once you know the rules of the game and and what individual components are, right? Just like in fitness, once you understand what caloric deficit you need to be in, for me, for example, to lose 1.5 to 2 pounds a week, what macros to eat, how often to work out, how much cardio to do, how much weights to do, then you finally figure out, okay, this is what I need to do. And now we have basically the ability to do these things on our own and not kind of just throw shit up against the wall, so to speak. And we know exactly what we need to do to get to the results that we want. And basically, I just kind of had this, I don't know if I'm saying the right word, this epiphany where I was like, dang, I finally figured out this weight loss thing. How much calories to eat, how much exercise to do, all that good stuff, which is super exciting. And it's the same for your fitness business, right? When you're trying to market it. So once you know what the rules of the game are, what the individual components are, you know how to troubleshoot, and you can basically scale, and you know how to differentiate yourself. Because a lot of the things that we're seeing in the market right now is, I have conversations with people who ran like free 6-week challenges. Well, what happens is when a lot of people start doing the same thing, you no longer have a competitive advantage in maybe your offer or your system or the market that you're trying to attract, because everybody else is jumping in on that. So you have to differentiate yourself. And when you understand these individual components, you can create whatever offer you want. You can target whatever demographic you are, because you understand what the rules of the game are, right? And you can attract your ideal client in the door, sell more services, and just get them more results, right? That's kind of how it works at a high level. And, basically, I wanted to talk a little bit more about how it is that my students get these results and basically what it is I do. So I have a 6-week mentorship program where basically the ultimate goal here is to simplify the marketing, to add an additional, 10 to 30 new memberships a month, give or take, 3 to 5 a week, right around that ballpark in about 45 days or less. And the way we do it is by learning and understanding these individual components and getting that tailored for your location, for your demographic, right? Not some blanket copy paste, just copy my funnel and hopefully it works, right? No, we reverse engineer what your ideal client wants when it comes to fitness, health, what they tried before. We understand them better than they understand themselves, and we create offers. From there, we basically use organic and paid marketing strategies. We combine those two to leverage all of our systems, right? The last thing you want is to rely on just one traffic source, Facebook ads. Well, what about referrals and incentives? What about internal promotions? What about adding additional revenue streams? What about text marketing? What about email marketing, right? There's other avenues that are being explored here other than just the Facebook ads. That's how you really develop a stacked marketing system where you're getting traffic and you're getting leads from all sorts of areas, right? And from there, we just simplify everything. We also show you how to implement systems to schedule, follow up with leads. This is basically our proprietary software that allows you to do it so that you don't have to be on the phone 24/7. You don't have to be checking your phone all the time. And even if you don't have a huge team, you still have the ability to implement this system and leverage it for you, right? Leverage your time. Michael says, totally agree with the 6-week challenges. Yeah, Michael, maybe you've experienced that yourself. You've seen it for yourself. So that's part of how it works. And then from there, ultimately, the end goal is to get full paid memberships at profit, right? Not just, let me discount everything. Let me hopefully get you really hooked with this great offer. But then when you come in, it turns out to be something else. Just, if you deliver a good service, you have a good reputation, and you know how to present your offer when you sit down in that sales conversation and show them that you're the person to solve their problem, people are going to buy. People will buy a $500 program. People will buy a $1,000 program if you show them the value, right? And that ties into the next aspect that we focus on, the sales itself, how to go through this sales process once you schedule leads in so that you don't come off as too salesy and that old school hard selling. It's more question-based selling to help them figure out, why they should work with you based on where they're at, what they've tried before, and just show them that you do specialize in helping people just like them in their situation get results. But anyway, that's just kind of how it works at a really high level. Aside from that, we automate the marketing to make it smooth and effortless as possible. If this is something that you guys are interested in learning more about or just have some questions, totally cool. I'm going to drop a link in the comment section below. You can check that out. Or you can just direct message me and shoot me some questions that you have. Maybe you have some marketing questions you have. I'd be happy to help you out and take a look at that. But that's it for this quick training, everybody. Thank you so much. Happy Friday. Have a blessed weekend and keep up the good work. If nobody tells you, you at least know that Alan Cortez, aka Leeds Babe, believes in you. Keep doing your thing.